Every anime fan has experienced this moment. You're watching a show, everything feels normal, and then suddenly a fight starts that looks so insanely animated, you almost can't believe it's from a weekly TV series. The characters start moving faster, the camera becomes more dynamic, the effects explode across the screen, and suddenly you're watching something that feels like a full movie scene. Moments like these are why anime fight scenes are so legendary. When animators are given the time, talent, and creative freedom to go all out, the results can be absolutely breathtaking. Today we're looking at 5 anime battles with absolutely insane animation. These fights stunned fans, went viral across the internet, and showed just how far anime animation has evolved. Let's jump straight into number 5, Everyone versus Frieren's clone. Frieren Beyond Journey's End isn't known for constant action, but when the show finally delivers a major battle, it absolutely goes all out. The fight against the Frieren's clone during the dungeon arc is one of the most visually impressive magical battles in modern anime. Instead of a simple one-on-one fight, the entire group has to face an opponent who possesses Frieren's overwhelming magical abilities. And that immediately turns the battlefield into chaos. Spells are flying everywhere. Massive magical blasts collide midair. Barriers appear and shatter in seconds. The animation showcases an incredible variety of magic effects. Energy beams streak across the screen. Defensive spells explode under pressure. Characters are constantly repositioning as they try to survive the clone's attacks. But what makes the scene especially impressive is the choreography. Each character contributes differently to the fight. Some create openings, others defend, and some try to land decisive attacks. Meanwhile, the clone counters everything with terrifying efficiency. The result is a beautifully animated magical battle that feels strategic, chaotic, and incredibly dynamic all at the same time. Sunraku versus Wezaemon. Shangri-La Frontier. If Frieren's fight is elegant, this one is pure spectacle. The battle between Sunraku and Wezaemon in Shangri-La Frontier feels like watching the ultimate boss fight from a video game. The animation is incredibly dynamic. Sunraku constantly dodges attacks by the smallest margins. The camera swings around the battlefield as massive attacks slam into the ground. Wezaemon moves with terrifying power, forcing Sunraku to rely on skill and strategy just to survive. The choreography here is what really sells the fight. Every dodge, every strike, every movement feels incredibly fluid. The animators do a fantastic job of capturing the feeling of a player fighting an impossible boss, where one mistake could end everything. And because the fight is so fast and intense, the animation never gives you a moment to relax. It's one of the most exciting boss battles anime has ever produced. Black Bulls versus Dante. The battle between the Black Bulls and Dante and Black Clover is one of the most chaotic and visually intense fights in the series. Dante's gravity magic completely dominates the battlefield. The ground bends, buildings collapse, entire sections of the environment warp under the pressure of his power. At first, the Black Bulls struggle to even move, but then the fight explodes into action. Vanessa uses Rouge to manipulate fate itself. Gauche creates powerful mirror clones. Yami joins the battle with devastating dark magic attacks. And finally, Asta enters the fight with his anti-magic power. The animation during these moments becomes incredibly intense. Characters launch across the battlefield. Massive magical attacks collide. The camera spins through the chaos as the Black Bulls work together to challenge one of the strongest enemies they've ever faced. It's a perfect example of teamwork combined with explosive animation. Sukuna versus Mahoraga. This fight is pure animated destruction. When Sukuna fights Mahoraga in Jujutsu Kaisen, the scale of the battle becomes absolutely insane. Entire buildings are demolished. The camera flies through the city. Explosions of cursed energy light up the sky. But what makes the fight truly incredible is the creativity behind the animation. Mahoraga's ability to adapt to attacks forces Sukuna to constantly change tactics, and every new technique unleashes even more chaos. The animators push the limits of movement, perspective, and visual effects. Characters move at impossible speeds. Massive attacks reshape the environment, and the fight escalates into something that feels almost like a natural disaster. It's one of the most visually overwhelming anime battles ever created. Zenitsu versus Kaigaku. Zenitsu is known for two things: being terrified of everything and becoming unbelievably powerful when he finally fights. But his battle with Kaigaku is different, because this time, Zenitsu is fully aware, and the result is one of the most visually stunning thunder battles in anime. The fight showcases the full power of thunder breathing techniques. Lightning flashes across the battlefield. Zenitsu moves so fast he almost disappears from the screen. Every movement leaves trails of electricity cutting through the air. But the real highlight is Zenitsu's final technique. The moment he unveils his own original form, the animation explodes with speed and energy. The lightning effects, the movement, the sudden silence before the strike, everything combines into a breathtaking moment. It's the culmination of Zenitsu's entire journey. And when the attack lands, it feels like watching pure lightning tear through the screen. Anime continues to push the limits of what's possible in animation. Every year, new fights appear that somehow look even more insane than the last. Studios are experimenting with new techniques. Animators are constantly raising the bar, and the results are some of the most breathtaking action scenes in entertainment. But now I'm curious, which anime fight do you think has the most insane animation? There are so many legendary battles that didn't make this list. Let me know your picks in the comments. Like and subscribe.